Hello and welcome back to the Weird Wayfinder, guys. So, I kind of feel like there's a message trying to come through on like the very edge of my awareness. And it's picking at me, but I'm not quite sure what it is. So, together we're going to work through that. And I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards and put them off to the side, and then I'm going to pull three Celtic cross would be good for us. And then we'll go from there. And we'll flip the oracle cards over. Oracle cards? Wow. Oracle cards over at the end. So we have two that I'm going to kind of tuck up here in the corner for now. Ah, you know, okay. Use these. All right. So where are we starting? What is this energy? That is. 6-2. Um, You know what? We're gonna go with it. We have two center cards here. Where's the center of my screen? Somewhere over here. Ish. I should show you first, huh? So, geez Louise. See, I'm weird. I'm a mess. It's fine. Spirit doesn't care. It loves me anyway. So we have the Magician and the Hierophant. If I can, here we go. Okay. Yes, that is our starting energy here at the center of what's going to be our cross. And I am so intrigued to have two major arcanas. They came out together, and I just assume that that's for a reason. So I'm going to keep it that way. A Hierophant is giving me like somebody telling you what to do. Could be authority figures, the system. I don't know if anybody is dealing with something having to do with a system in society that could be like schools, work, courthouses, things like that. And the magician, he's like, aha, I have the answer. That is the vibe I'm getting from that. And the rooster on his shoulder is really standing out to me. And roosters go off at like the dawn, right? Like it's time. They let you know when it's time for something. So it's like, aha, it's time for something having to do with some sort of structure in your life. Could even be parents, okay? It could be your boss, could be your church leader, any of the above, right? But he's pointing up at the Manazarun, which also talks about people. So I do feel like there is other people involved in this situation. Humanity is the key here. He's like, aha, that is the key, humanity. And maybe society and the people that are in charge of it and the authority figures and such have forgotten humanity in the situation. And now he's like, no, we're bringing it back because humanity is key here to fix this crack. There's a crack in the floor that is just now jumping out at me over here. And there's movement because the rider rune above his head. He does also, on this particular deck, have this giant horn below him, which is giving me like judgment card vibes of like, wake up call, blowing the horn to wake the dead. So there's a wake up call here about humanity itself. That is. Alrighty then. So that's where we're starting. Where is this going? I don't know. Um, huh. I was not expecting I was not expecting that, but I can see it. I can see it. So what's the obstacle here? Just one, not like a handful, please. I just threw it on the floor. And it's the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in this deck. Okay. So I feel like everybody's suffering, or you're suffering if we're talking about an individual person. You're tired. You're tired of fighting. You're tired of protecting yourself. It feels like everything is attacking you. Feels like you're alone and you're trying to tend to your wounds, but it's like you have nowhere to go. It is very much like the left out in the cold card. However, you're not alone. Because there's another person behind this tree. Like if you just turned around, you'd realize you're not alone. And there's a Nathi's rune on that tree. And it means need fire. Needs fire. Okay, you need fire. We need fire. We need to bring back the passion, to bring back the light in order to see that we're not alone, in order to see that like we don't need to do this anymore, whatever the case may be. But also this feels like very much like this guy's in the church, and a typical five of Pentacles, there's a church in the background and there's people that are stuck out in the cold, but if they just turned around, they'd realize that the church has a light on and you could just open the door and get shelter, right? But it's like the church is the reason that these people are being attacked. Not literally, okay? Not literally. I don't feel like this is a religion thing. I just mean like society, the authoritative structures in society could be courts, or the reason why you feel this way, or the reason why people are struggling. It could be, your parents. Like, again, I'm not attacking churches. Oh my gosh, I feel like that came in wrong. Anyway, whatever the case may be, could be work, okay? Could be your boss at work, and they're making you feel like they're just like, it feels like you're the one they're picking on all the time, and you just can't seem to catch a break. Whatever. But there's an answer here because the magician is like, people are the answer. And this person doesn't realize they're not alone. There's another person behind the tree fighting the same battle, but they could be working together and they don't realize that they're not alone. So that's a thing. But also humanity is key. Humanity is key. And I feel like the people in power don't see this side of humanity. They don't even see you as a human. And like their humanity is lost. They're very cold hearted. There we go. Okay. They're not thinking in terms of humanity. They're thinking in terms of like ego and power and money and things like that. I do feel like this could go both ways. Like it could be a society, like a collective thing. It could also be an individual thing if this is resonating with you. But like there is this moment of like, remember your humanity. Somebody is going to remember that like you're a human being, that there's human beings here and our humanity matters. Like you can't just be a cold hearted person and continue to exist that way. So this is the problem. As the obstacle, we feel left out in the cold. We feel like they're not hearing us. Ah, that's what I just heard. Okay. So we feel like they're not hearing us. They're inside this building, the courthouse, your job. They're up on a different floor. They're locked in their office, whatever the case may be. And we feel like they're not hearing us because we're outside. We don't feel like we can get in there to even access them. But then the magician's over here with his giant blowhard blowhorn going and his rooster making all kinds of freaking noise. Like, I am here. I am human. And we matter. And you matter. Still not entirely sure where this is going, but like it's going somewhere because you are getting noticed. You are making noise, or somebody's making noise for you. One of the above, bringing something to somebody's attention. Oh, me just throwing cards everywhere. Again, two came out, and again, I'm just going to take them because I can do what I want. So, the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. If that does not feel like marriage and kids, I don't know what does. That is the first thing that is coming to mind for me. So, it is family. It feels like family stability, like feels like kids, or at least the way things used to be. Like that's at like the root of the issue here. I feel like whatever is going on is based like the way that the person that's not you, person in power over here, is thinking is based off like an old way of thinking. And it feels very like traditional family, which like is not necessarily how things are meant to stay, right? And they're trying to keep things as they are, or they're making decisions based off of old ways of thinking, or uh, not based off of the actual situation, not based off of humans today, not based off of you as an individual, just based off of their egotistical view of the way things are supposed to be, or like if this is a court or law enforcement of some kind, like it's ego based. It's like this is just the way we do it. I'm just doing my job. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's coming through. Okay. It just feels very old school and not like everybody, like everything's the same. Everybody's the same. Nobody's individual. We don't account for unique situations, or we don't look at, see, confirmation. We don't look at people as unique individuals. We don't look at situations as if they're unique situations. We just kind of throw everything into one box and call it good. And if you don't fit in that box, that's your problem. And they're like, the magician's over here, like, no. Because the magician, he has all the tools, he has all the magic. He does not fit in a box. There's no box. He's not in a building. He doesn't belong in a box. He creates his own reality. He lives in a way that makes sense to him. He's also trying to tell you like that something is meant to change here, and he is manifesting something new to get you out of this Five of Pentacles vibe. Okay. I do feel like you feel kind of ganged up on right now. I don't know why I do, but that's what I feel like. And you probably care very much about yourself, your family, your spouse, if you have one, but also just like your home environment. So whatever's going on could be affecting you in your home environment. And that's why like this is also coming up. But it's definitely like the root cause of things. Sorry, what's in the recent past? Two of Wands. Two of Wands is like planning, thinking about all the possibilities. You have all of these ideas and different paths that you could choose from. And I I was gonna say you chose this one, but I heard they chose this one. They chose this path. And it's not the path that you would have chosen for yourself. And you're realizing you that doesn't mean that you have to follow it. Ooh, this feels very rebellious. Like you're gonna break all the rules. Break all the rules. I think you're supposed to. And it's like backwards. You have Rido and what looks like Ansu's in reverse, but just the way that it's designed on this card, it looks like a mirrored image of itself, and like the mirrored image is just a little bit distorted. So like I feel like things feel very backwards to you right now, but you're gonna fix that. You're gonna remember who you are. Ooh, don't drop things. Knight of Cups. Yes. Okay. So that's like you're going to receive something. It could be a person, place, or thing. It doesn't matter. A gift of some kind. That's what. Let me show you because you see, he's holding up this cup. And he's like, here, I've come to save you. I'm going to rescue you by giving you this drink because you've been alone in this desert, injured and in pain for a long time. And if you drink this magical elixir, you're going to feel so much better. No, I'm just, he's definitely, it's not literally going to happen, but that is just like the vibe from that. And it could be a guide. So it could be, because his ghost, like his cloak always makes me feel kind of like ghosty-ish. So like spirit-ish, so like a gift from spirit. It could also be a person that enters your life that changes things. It could be information that comes in that changes things. It is cups, so it is something that is going to make you feel good, something that makes things better. Okay. Uh, in like the best way. It could be a person that comes in to be your partner in life so that you're not alone anymore. Could be a friend, could be, somebody that's not even related to you. If say this is like a court situation or something, I don't know why that keeps coming up, but like, because I don't know, it's reminding me of that. So it could be like a lawyer or a witness or somebody that comes in and has like information you're going to love because it's going to fix this, whatever the case may be. It's going to take down this person who's controlling the narrative, right? And it's going to be like, no, this whole traditional way of looking at things is not how this works. It could be a new employee that gets hired at your job that starts calling out the boss for like their nonsense and doesn't let them walk all over them and is brave enough to make a difference in the way that your work environment is. It could be a CEO of another company recognizing how amazing you are and wondering why your current company isn't putting you at the very top of like the management tier, right? And so they're like, hey, I got a job for you. I'll take you over here and give you the job that you really deserve. You know what I mean? It could be so many things, but it's something good that's coming in for you that, like, hey, you who feels like you've been walking through a desert for a million years, this is going to change your life. This is going to make you feel so much better. It's going to be a relief. It's like a good, you see what I'm saying? Okay. And now we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes. Okay. So part of that gift is bringing in this new beginning, this new abundant beginning, because the Ace of Pentacles is like the seed that you plant that is your road to abundance. Yes, please. Okay. It is a new beginning, though. It means that whatever is going on here is probably going to get left behind. It's probably going to come to a conclusion, to an end of some kind, whether it's just like you're feeling alone, well, you're not going to feel any alone anymore, and you're going to be able to start creating a new life for yourself. It might be a new job because it is Pentacles. Okay. It's a new beginning. It's a new chapter in some aspect of your life. You're going to have to figure out where this resonates for you, because I feel like because this is a collective reading and it can go so many ways, you're going to have to connect those dots yourself. But if you know what it is, feel free to leave it in the comments. If this is resonating with you and if you want to share anything about it, please do. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Is influencing this situation. So that is giving me vibes like you might feel like you're alone, but there's other people, even if it's, sorry, it's kind of off screen here, even if it's other people that you don't even actually know in person. Like, say if this was like a courthouse situation, right? It could be the lawyers, and you don't know all the lawyers. You only know the one you talk to. Could be all the lawyers working on something. Could be witnesses that you don't talk to that they talk to. Could be the jury that you don't talk to, right? If it's a relationship situation, it could be like, hey, your friends talking to their friends who are talking to their friends, and they think they know the perfect person to set you up on a blind date with. It could be the coworkers at your job getting together and saying all kinds of good things about you to the boss that's above your boss to try to get you, say if they're trying to support you. I don't know. It could be so many things, but something where like you could be participating in that. Like you're working together in a way, could be even be with spirit, could be with your spirit guides, okay, to make something happen, to get you out of this particular situation where you feel like oppressed and controlled and or left out in the cold, like you've just been taking hit after hit, and you just can't seem to, get away from these people that are trying to control your life. That's wild. I do feel like with these two opposing energies here, like you are fighting for control of your life. There is a power struggle of sorts between you, who I believe is the magician, and authority of some kind, society. Now we have the Ace of Wands. Yes, this is some sort of new inspiration. It could be new love for some people, but it could be a new idea, something that you're like, oh my God, that's the answer. And you get super excited about it. And maybe it sounds a little crazy. I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's how I feel. You have two aces right here. So this is fire and earth, which is the circuitry required for manifestation, like heart and 3D reality, bringing what you are feeling and envisioning into the 3D world. So this is like being really inspired. So maybe you've been beaten up and you've been really tired lately and you've been just like, oh, you want to give up, and something lights that fire in you one more time, gives you enough fuel to keep going and make a difference. And that's part of what gets you out of here. You have a lot of new energies coming in. Okay. So this could be a new love, could be a new passion, could be a new project that changes things for you, could be a new job, and like so many possibilities. Again, you're going to have to figure out where this resonates for you. That one wanted to jump out with it. It's the Six of Wands. Yes, that's victory. This Six of Wands is virtually the opposite of this Five of Pentacles. Okay. No. Maybe kind of, sort of. I'm so bad at this. Okay. The Six of Wands is like the opposite of the Five of Pentacles. Now they're succeeding. They're not being beaten up in battle. They're winning the battle. Whatever the battle was for you, it's now being won. And look at everybody cheering for you. You went from being left out in the cold and feeling like you're losing to winning the battle and everybody's cheering for you. It is being seen, it is being validated. So, like, if this was being left out of the cold, and earlier I was like, you're trying to be heard, you're trying to be seen, right? You're succeeding at that. It is in your hopes and wishes and fears section. So, like, you're afraid that that's not going to happen. You're afraid that they can't hear you, that you'll never be seen, you'll never be validated for whatever it is you're trying to succeed at. But I also, it's your greatest hope that you do succeed, that you are seen, that you are validated, that you do overcome this obstacle. And I do believe you will. That's why that's there. All right, what is our outcome here? Ooh, no, don't drop half the deck. Okay. All right, Justice. I see this card. This card's pretty. So, Justice. Justice. All of this fighting, and I did keep talking about court. So if you are um, fighting a court case or something, I do feel like justice will be what wins. Whether that's good or bad for you, I don't know. I am not here to judge, but justice will prevail. Whatever is the truth will be what happens here. But also, justice is about what's right. Justice is about balancing the scales. Justice is about getting what you deserve. Good, bad, or indifferent, it's going to be whatever you deserve. So if you deserve better than this, you're going to get better than this. If you deserve a promotion at your job, you're going to get a promotion at your job. If you deserve to work in a job where you are appreciated and not oppressed by the people in charge, you're going to get that. Okay, the scales are balancing out. So you might see some changes. You might get a job offer. You might have to lose your job to get the new job. Just saying, because that's a thing that happens sometimes. Okay, if you've been looking for a new partner, a new life partner, a soulmate, whatever, you're waiting for the right one to show up. That's the right one. Okay, just gonna throw that out there as possibilities here, right? If you are feeling like life has been so hard and you feel like you've had to fight for so long just to like find level ground, never mind move up in the world, but just like feel like you're not just constantly being kicked down. Life's going to get better. Things are going to balance out. You're not going to be struggling all the time and fighting whatever scenario it is you are fighting here. Collectively, because I do feel like that kind of started us off in the beginning, the scales will balance themselves. Now, just going to throw out there that this is Tyr, and in Norse mythology, he had to stick his arm into the mouth of Fenrir to trick him so that they could chain him up so that he would stop killing people. Okay, so it does mean that there might be some informed sacrifices that are going to be made. And I say informed because it's not like you're going to do it without knowing about it. It's going to be decisions that you make that have to be made in order to get the outcome that you want to achieve. Is you're using your life experiences and your wisdom to decide what you need to do in order to make this happen. It means that there might be some things that you have to sacrifice or give up or compromise on or let go of, I feel like is the important part there in order to get what you want. So like obviously it might be hard to get a new job while you're still working the old one that you hate. So you might have to quit your job in order to get that job. And that's always a little bit scary. Okay. If this is uh, meeting new people, making new friends, finding a new relationship, well, you have to take that risk of letting somebody get to know you, of getting feelings for someone, of being vulnerable in order to actually get the relationship that you're looking for. I know a lot of people that are looking for their soulmate, but the second that they meet anybody, they close up because they're afraid of getting hurt. Well, then you're never going to actually get close enough to anybody to know if they're your, you know, future husband or wife or not, right? Success is here. This could be an old part of yourself you need to sacrifice. The old version of you that was just kind of like giving up on life, that was content to not fight for what you wanted, to think that you didn't deserve better. That feels important. So it could be an old version of you needs to go because that version was settling for less. Huh. So much going on here. All right, let's see what our oracle cards are. Caterpillar, opportunity. Opportunity. I was talking about opportunities. Okay. So there's definitely opportunities showing up for you. And whatever area or aspect of your life you feel like this resonates with, there's opportunity showing up for you. And it is a caterpillar, meaning you might have been going through a phase of death and rebirth or a transitionary phase where something had to change because that's what caterpillars do. They go in their cocoon and they have to change and then they come out as a butterfly, right? So something's got to change. It might not have felt very good lately. Maybe that's why you're in this Five of Pentacles energy because when they're in that cocoon, they're kind of getting disassembled so they can get reassembled again. Transformation sometimes hurts. So it might not have felt very good, but you're going to come out as a butterfly. You can see it over here in the Six of Wands and Justice. And I have Sky Bridge, possibility for union. Now, yes, that could be union with somebody that you're meant to find, whether it's a bestie, a soulmate, whatever the case may be. But also, because there is an ascending set of floating stairs here, it could be the union of anything that is meant for you. Okay. You could be becoming in alignment with your higher self, with the life that you want. Okay. That could be the union. You could be becoming in union with the job that you want, with the people that you want, the places that you want, the future that you want. Okay. It does not have to necessarily be a person, but there is an opportunity here to unite with the very thing that you feel like you were lacking prior to now. You were manifesting it because we have our magician here. It is a new beginning for you. It is going to balance out your scales. You're going to succeed, but there might be something you have to let go of, and it's going to come in like a gift. Ta-da! And you're going to get out from under this oppressive energy. Maybe that oppressive energy is just what society told you that you should want for yourself. And now you're finally realizing that you can want more. Just saying. Okay, Wayfinders, there you go. Let me know if this resonates for you. Let me know if it does something for you, if it makes sense in any way, shape, or form. Leave me some comments. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, if you're new here. And I'll see you next time.